Hello, Mr. Susky. It's Garrison with my final project that I named Out of Time. So here we go. Basically, the objective of the game is teachers are collecting homework and you didn't do any of your assignments. And since you're not a very good student, it decides whether or not you can graduate. But lucky for you, your mom's friend works at Starbucks and she always gives your mom gift cards and she never uses them. So you just take a bunch of your mom's gift cards and you try to bribe the teachers so that you have more time to complete your homework before they're taken for grading. So, like I said before, you just want to hold off the teachers for as long as possible. There's five different rows that teachers can come down and they can switch rows randomly. You'll see what I mean when I show the game design. Each row contains a homework assignment at the end of that the teachers are trying to get to. And using the up and down arrows, you can have the player switch rows so they can give every single teacher a gift card. And then in order to give them a gift card, you have to press spacebar, and that's a way of throwing or handing out gift cards. And if a teacher receives a gift card, then there's a 1 in 3 chance that they're going to go back to the start of the row, which is them saying, I'm going to give you more time to complete this assignment. However, you do have limited ammo, so you don't want to waste it, because if you run out, there's nothing you can do to stop teachers from getting your homework. So, more on how to play. There are 3 classes, which are really levels, but I'm calling them classes. And each class becomes harder in in a couple different ways, like a game normally would. As you progress in the game, the levels get harder. Same here. And at the end of every class, your ammo for gift cards restocks. I thought that was fair for the player to have that in there. So in the last class or the last level, there's going to be a boss fight. I feel like there's got to be a boss fight in a game. And you have to, what's different about the boss from the rest of the teachers is the boss has kind of a number. And when you give a gift card to that teacher, the number goes down. And then if that number gets to 0, then you win. That's kind of how the code works, at least. And you have to do this before they get to your homework, so you kind of have to do it fairly quickly. And the homework assignment in the middle, which is the same row the boss is going to come down, it's actually worth quadruple the amount of points than the rest of the assignments. So your number one priority is to keep the boss from getting to the homework assignment in the middle. A little bit more about the boss, and the last level, I guess, is there's going to be other teachers as in the last 2 levels, and they're going to be distracting you from the other boss, trying to get your other 4 assignments that aren't worth as much. So just look out for that. And the boss is actually slower than the rest of the teachers, and it also cannot switch rows, so you only have to worry about it being in the middle row. But you don't only want to go after the boss and forget about the other teachers, because then when a homework assignment is collected, your grade is going to drop. And then if your grade drops low enough, you'll fail the class, and you don't want that to happen. So a little more about grades and ammo. You have to watch, there's bars at the bottom of the screen that represent your ammo and your grade. And your ammo goes down every time you throw a gift card at a teacher, because then you're 1 gift card short than what you were before you threw it. And you have to restock gift cards to increase your ammo by pressing a certain key. I'll get into that when we actually play the game. And then you also use extra credit to raise your grade. And then if you don't have, like I said before, you don't have an infinite amount of extra credit or gift cards, so you want to use them only when you have to. You don't want to use them if you're losing by a little bit. If you don't have a lot to restock, you don't want to use gift cards, because then you'll run out when you actually need them. And then, like I said before, if your grade drops low enough, you'll lose. So for scoring, I don't want to award the player if a teacher receives a gift card and nothing happens. So what I did instead is that if a teacher is given a gift card and then goes back to the start of the row, which is a 1 in 3 chance of happening, the player is awarded 10 points. And if a teacher collects a homework assignment, you're going to lose 50 points, which is not good. And you're also going to need a certain amount of points to pass each class like you would in real life. You have to get above a D, I think, in order to pass the class. If not, you're going to have to retake it. And in every class, the amount of points you need to pass is going to increase. I also thought it would be interesting to have the game not tell you how many points you need. So you just want to get as many as possible because it kind of keeps the player focused on the game, and they're always trying their hardest because they don't know if the points they have are enough to pass the class. So a little bit more about the classes, or the levels I should say, is each class is going to have a time limit to get the required amount of points, kind of like in school, you have to get enough points to pass the class before the school year ends. And if you don't get enough points before the time ends, you cannot pass the class and you'll have to retake it. So basically, you'll have to redo the level. And classes are actually going to have a longer time limit as you move on within the game, not shorter, because if it's longer, it gives you an opportunity to get more points, which is good for the player, but you're also going to have to hold off the teachers for longer amounts of time. So I thought it was a little bit different to make the timer longer rather than shorter. So this is my first gameplay design, what I had in mind when I first came up with this game, and not too much has changed from here to the final product. It's pretty much the exact same thing, just a couple things are in different places. So final thoughts about this game, definitely the most difficult thing I've done in GITA this year, but it's actually been really fun to make it. Um, and some improvements have been made from when I first came up with this idea. Some stuff I've taken away, some stuff I've added, but the main goal is pretty much the same. And holding off enemies, it's a very common theme for a game. You have to hold off enemies from getting something. But I thought switching out the characters, the enemies for teachers, what they have to get is homework assignments, and you're a student handing out Starbucks gift cards trying to bribe them. I thought it was kind of a unique storyline. And so, yeah, we're going to go on to play the game now.
So this is the game, the menu page, Out of Time. I like the little rotating clock, just a cool thing I added. We're not really going to go over how to play, but I'll click on it anyway. I don't want to really read all this. But basically, it's just kind of saying the same thing. A and S key. Well, A is for extra credit, S is for reloading gift cards. Space is throwing, up and down is to move. And you'll notice it's kind of off screen. It's because forms kind of pop up all over the place, and since I don't have the entire screen, that's just going to happen. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit, move this over, so we have almost the entire screen. So hopefully you'll get most of it in view. So there's that. Just move it a little bit more just so I could position my hands. And we'll go back and let's go. So we have class 1 or level 1, whatever you want to say. And you see there's 5 teachers. I think there's 5 in every single level or class maybe. But yeah, you basically just keep giving them gift cards. And you'll see that one kind of took a lot because it is a random chance. It is a 1 in 3 chance. So sometimes you might have to hit them 20 times, but that hardly ever happens. But yeah, and you see the points at the bottom right are slowly going up. And I'm already out of gift cards, so this will be the last of it. And another thing I added, I'm not sure if I went over it that much in the instructions, but basically, you see they get one and then my points go down. But anyway, basically the blue ammo bar, if that's out completely, and I lost. So I'm going to give you an example real quick, so I'm going to lose on purpose just to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to waste all of my gift cards, and I'm not going to use any reloads. So right now I'm out, and if I try to hit S, which is how to reload, nothing happens. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to make the player be focused on multiple things at once. So their ammo, you're also gonna have to focus on the ammo rather than just the class, I guess. And so yeah, if it goes out completely and you want to try to use a reload, you can't. It'll just stay at 0. So I thought it was a nice thing to add. So yeah, you kind of have to watch that throughout the whole game. Just another thing to worry about, to be mean. And you see, I did by accident that time, actually. But yeah, right now I'm at 10, so it probably won't be enough to pass the level. So I kind of just have to wait for the timer to go out. Right now I'm at -40, that's not very good. but I failed the class. Let me go back, file, restart, and let's try this again. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do it. You see I'm out of reloads, but I am at 200. So I think if the timer would just go out, then I'll be good. But maybe not. We'll see. There's one. There's another one. I'm at 100. Come on. Nope. Oh, it was so close, too. It's like less than a second. That's annoying, so I have to do the whole thing over again. But that is okay, because right now I have nothing but time. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because I'm out of time. That was really close. Let's get to 200. Yay, 200. Okay. Ooh, 210, actually. Come on, come on. Please. Here's one. 110. Maybe that's enough. Yes, it is enough. Okay. Past wave 1, class 1, whatever you want to call it. Moving on to the second class. So, I decided to give the teachers a little bit of variety for each class. I just changed their hair color and their eyes. If you're wondering how I got these graphics, actually, it's a thing called Blender. There's a lot of things you could do on it. This is probably the worst thing you can do on it because they're just so bad looking. But yeah, these took me like 5 minutes to make, so it's fine. I wanted to make something of my own. I didn't want to just take a picture off the internet. Actually, it would be cool if I actually took pictures. Can't speak. If I took pictures of actual teachers from off the internet, and then put them in picture boxes, that would have been actually pretty funny. But I decided just to do this because it's a little bit easier. And let's see if I win this level. Probably not. And yeah, 90 is not enough, especially 40. So that's unfortunate. I'm at negative 10. Dang. Okay. Well, let's redo it. First try. That's okay. Sorry for the camera shake, by the way. This is on a table that's not very sturdy. Also, I didn't really explain this, but you'll notice that there's more reloads for gift cards and there's more extra credit than the last level because the time limit or the time to turn in your assignments is longer, and since you're going to have to last longer, they're going to need more extra credit and reloads than they would have in the previous class. I'm almost at 200. I did get 200. 210 actually. Probably should have gotten this one though because I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it. And you see when they get a homework assignment, they just go back to the end of the row. But maybe the timer will go out in time. No, it won't. Dang, that's annoying. Oh, it was only by a couple seconds as well. Alright. Well, third time's a charm, right? See, that previous teacher took a ton of hits. That doesn't happen a lot, but it's pretty annoying when it does. Come on! No! They're gonna get it. One. Oh, he switched rows. Maybe this is enough. Please don't make it in time. Dang it! That's annoying. This game's hard. I made it too hard. I mean, I guess it is hard because in most games you do have to fail a couple of times, so it's challenging. It's not hard. It's not too hard. It's just challenging. I'm going to bring this back to the center. Yeah, the tactic for this level is you always want to get the teacher in front because then when you run out eventually, you want the timer to run out before they can get to the homework. And you see that the game design didn't change a whole lot from my original game design. The only difference is that the points are at the bottom rather than the top. Rather than, I think I had band-aids and sodas for the pictures rather than extra credit and gift cards. And then another difference is instead of saying like wave 1 across that, I just put it in the middle. But yeah, I think I will do it this time. Yes, I did. Okay, 190. That's awesome. So level 3 looks very different than the other two, and there's the principal with red hair. I don't know why. But the tactic for this is that you want to, at any chance you can, hit the boss and like until right before the other teachers are going to get your homework because yeah, because then you're just going to be always occupied with the teachers, and you don't want that to happen because then you'll never be able to hit the boss. I'm almost out of. Oh no! Come on! Come on! Full force! No! That's really annoying. Oh man! I was probably like 2 away as well. Ah, that's really annoying. So I failed the class, unfortunately. Well, they're like almost all in the second row. That's weird. I mean, it's easy for me, but usually doesn't happen. So, yeah, if you're out of gift cards, there's not really anything you can do, especially in this level, because if you run out, you have to defeat the principal, and if you run out, then it's impossible to do. I could have probably made some improvements on that, but yeah. And also, there is a maximum amount of points you have to get on this one. I'm pretty sure it's actually I won't tell you, because you're gonna play this for yourself. It's 100 something. But if you don't get enough points, and you just beat the principal right away and don't have enough points to beat the level, nothing's going to happen. So that is something you have to look out for. You have to get your points high enough, and you also have to get the principal before they get to your homework. You also notice that none of the teachers go in the middle row. It wasn't too hard to program that, but as a GITA 1 student, it was kind of challenging. Come on, no. No! Whoo! That was really close. No, I ran out. Dang it. Okay, so yeah, I ran out and then I can't reload. Dang. This level's actually pretty difficult. Alright, I just used the last of it, so hope that's enough. Dang, these teachers do not like... Darn! Man, this level's hard. Alright, let's try this again. Nope. This might be it. Maybe not. No! Almost there. You'll notice that the teachers don't overlap, which is actually kind of hard to program because there's just a lot of if statements they have to do. Oh, I won! Did you see that? It said I won. And then it takes me back to the menu. Well, I beat the level, and hopefully you'll have a more fun time playing it than I did. And yeah, that's my game.